Hey, so this is a quick tutorial on contracts in BreederBuddy. This is version 1.0. I'm making this video to go through how to make contracts and how to send them. And in a couple months, we'll actually have a version 2.0 that includes more features, but this is contracts for now. So here I am on the contract screen. If I was to add a new contract, I come up to the top right, click add new contract. And for now, you can give a contract a title. This would just be something like puppy deposit, puppy sale, anything like that. And then below that is dog fields to include. And so every contract, you could optionally tie a dog to it. And when you do that, it'll automatically pull the dog's attributes such as name, sex, date of birth, microchip, registration numbers, and then price that you set to that dog. So you could check whatever you want to be included within the contract right in there. The next section is simply signing verification. So when you send the contract, the customer will get an email with a code that they have to enter in order to gain access to the contract, just for extra security. And then again, this is version 1.0, so it's basic, but this is the terms and conditions field. You could enter any kind of text you want here. You could format it with headings. You could add links to any important resources, indents, whatever you want. So this is where you would actually put the terms and conditions within the contract. So I'm going to click cancel on this and just open an existing one. I'll use this as an example. This is my puppy contract. And again, you could see the whole terms and conditions box here is filled out with my terms and conditions. You could format that however you would like. And the next tab is the requests. And this is the people I've sent the contract to previously. You could see that this most recent one has been signed, so you could track status. You could see their verification code if they needed it. I could download a receipt of the contract, so on and so forth. So I'll go ahead and send the contract as an example so we could see what that looks like. So I click that button. I could then choose a contact. I'll just pick my test account here, and then I will pick a dog as an example. We'll just take this puppy here, named Red Collar, because they don't have a name yet. I'll hit save. And when I hit save, the app is actually going to do a check for me. So it's going to see that this test user I have is not currently set as the owner of this puppy. So it's just going to do me a favor and ask if I'd like to set the owner of this dog. So I'll go ahead and say yes, update owner. And now the contract has been sent out. So if I pull up my other screen here, this is what the contract actually looks like. So you could see this is what the puppy buyer would see. It would say, "Hi, Kenny," which would be their name. You've been invited to sign the contract titled Puppy Contract from BreederBuddy Kennels, where BreederBuddy Kennels would be your name. This logo would also be your logo, and so on and so forth. So as the puppy buyer, I could copy paste this code. You could also do this on their phone. It worked just as good. And they would click this button. They're going to enter their code in here. And then they click verify code. And now they're in. And this is what the contract looks like. So again, it would all be branded to your logo and your kennel name and whatnot. And yeah, this is it. So it says this is the contract between the buyer and you, the breeder. You can see the contact details. This would be their first name, last name, email, phone number. That's all that's included right now. And then you would also see the dog. And so I actually had these three boxes checked. I want to show the dog's date of birth, their name, and their gender. So you could also see their profile picture. If I wanted to include something like microchip, I would just go back into the contract's details and check that box, and that would automatically get included if it exists on that dog. So yeah, as the buyer, they see all this. They would just read through all your terms. And at the very bottom, they could go ahead and sign. They could sign with their name. They provide a typed full name, full legal name, and then they could sign below using their mouse, or they could just choose to use a typed version, either one. But I'll go ahead and just sign as an example. I'll click sign, and there it is. So this is what the buyer sees. They could go back to their buyer portal. They could download a receipt. This is the PDF receipt that they get, and you also get this sent to you, and it's stored automatically in their contact record in the app. Just a PDF copy to have on hand, and you'll notice it has their signatures at the bottom along with your own signature. So yeah, and then of course you'll be notified when they do sign. That's what this looks like. You can actually see you'll get a notification saying, hey, so they've signed your contract, and you could download that said copy of the receipt, or you could just click View Contract in BreederBuddy, and you'll be brought right to the contract screen to see that. So that's version 1.0 of the contracts. We have a couple upgrades planned, things like initialing support, initialing support, more precise formatting, dynamic variables within the terms and conditions, so you could actually like change text based on the dog's price and whatnot, and cool things like that. So I hope that helps. Have a good rest of your day. Thank you. Bye.